Todd, and yes, I still got the mess behind me, but soon, someday it will be clean. Well, today we're going to talk about Vultak. Vultak! Now, Vultak's an interesting character. He's only in 2 She-Ra episodes, The Zoo, and I think it was called Above It All. And in it, he captures animals and does a zoo thing, and I'll talk more about that. What's interesting, though, is when I was looking online, they talked about Vultak, and they said he can fly, which you kind of guessed that because of the big giant wings on him. But they also said he could turn into a black vampiric or a vampiric type creature that was like a shadow creature. I'm like, what? A shadow creature? I didn't remember that, so I went back and watched both episodes. And it's kind of interesting. After spending a couple hours online searching for it, I eventually found it. And let me show you kind of what I found. Hold on, let me go and switch the camera to the other side. Alright, so here he is going to catch a little orange bird, and he comes up and it's this black shadow of a creature catching this orange bird. And what's interesting is, as you can see, more of this wing coming across, and then more of the shadow. Here's his head right here. And as I thought about this, as I'm watching this, yes, it is like this black shadowy creature, and even Bo makes a comment saying, "Do you see that black creature in the sky?" or whatever it was. And I was like, you know, I don't think that it's actually a black creature per se. I think what it is its dramatic effect. We haven't seen him yet. We don't know what he looks like. So Filmation made him a black shadow in the sky, and he is wearing a lot of black and dark colors. And so going quick and being on the wrong side of the sun shining on him, you could see he looks like a black shadow in the sky, capturing these things. It's the only time he turns into a black shadow is 2 times in the beginning of the episode. One when he captures the bird, and the other one when he captures these 2 guys right here, Cowell and his new girlfriend. And what's interesting about this is that's the first time we see him. So I think that's why they did the black shadow effect. It was not because he turns into a black shadow, but because Filmation wanted to surprise us with his appearance. So it's like a scary kind of, we don't know what it is. Just like in Jaws, even though they didn't have the robotic Jaws made first for a long time, the giant shark, but the idea of just seeing pieces of him and so close. So I took all those frames and asked AI what it looks like, and this is what AI came up with. So it knew it was some kind of bird creature, but of course it's not it. So I said, okay, do give me some silhouettes of it. So here he is as a silhouette. And you could almost see this kind of looks like what we saw grabbing those animals in the sky. The wings up and then the wings back. And so I took a composite picture. And this is all the frames put together. So you can see here's where he's first capturing the bird. And there's his head. And then as he flies through, there is his back half. And let me zoom us out so you guys can see what that looks like from one end to the other of him doing his capturing of it. You can see his wings forward and then his wings back as he folds them back. And so when he's first coming in for the attack, he's got those wings going forward. And then as he's swooping at the final swoop, his wings are back, and you're getting those feathers coming off the back, giving us that kind of look right there. So that is what I came up with, is he does not turn into a black vampire type creature. He just happens to be shadowed out. So the surprise of who he looks like or who he is, Filmation wants to keep that kind of more of a mystery until we actually are revealed what he looks like. So, kind of cool. It's kind of fun taking all the frames for the animation and putting it together into one giant. And I've seen people do that before. It's kind of cool. Anyway, so let's get into the action figure, because that's what we're here for. Instead of debating when it turns into a black shadow or not, it just kind of threw me because I didn't know that. And I'm like looking everywhere trying to find this black shadow thing. And then I realized it's just a Wikipedia, someone's opinion. Probably when they were a kid, they were probably like, oh, he turns into a black shadow creature, not realizing that it's artistic license to surprise us later on when he's finally revealed. So here is the box. Da-da-da! And you can see there's the parts he comes with, a body, wings, and a little robot. The one I was showing you is from the Classics line. This is from the Origins line. Origins. Now, I had no plans of buying this guy. Zero, zilch, nada. But because he was on sale around Christmas time, I thought, what the heck? And it's funny is, even so, I wasn't going to buy him, but I had other things in the cart. And they had that thing that popped up and said, if you add him to your cart now, he is like really, really cheap. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to add him to the cart. If nothing else, he'll make great parts for custom pieces. And it'd be kind of fun to take the little robot that he comes with and create an army builder out of him. I watched the cartoon. There's like, I don't know, 10 or 12 of them in the zoo. He comes with one here in the box. But I was thinking about using that to design a whole bunch of other ones. Because in the cartoon, they have really long arms. Like little, either the tails of snakes or like the tentacles of an octopus, so they can kind of stretch out and change. Well, there he is. Dun, ta-da! He's more purplish. Weird. I wonder why they decided to go with purple instead of gray. Interesting. It's funny, we had another purple character that I used to always confuse him with, and he was like a bat type character. I wonder if the person who designed him was thinking of the same guy. That would be weird. Okay, let's go ahead and pull him out of here. I know he had something to do with books, the other guy I'm thinking of. I can't think of what the guy's name is. It's driving me crazy. You guys will post what it is, and then I'll probably add it in the bottom of the video and text when I actually go to edit it. I know he was actually a He-Man bad guy, not a She-Ra bad guy that I'm thinking of. Anyway, I digress. Wow! Look at that shot. Her hair looks amazing. That is funny. Now, Bo's horse kind of throws me. Because when we got Bo's horse, we got a lot of pink on it. When I went back and watched the cartoon just today, I saw it was mostly orange, not pink on the horse. So I might go back and I might repaint my, or at least get a different one and open it up and paint Bo's horse orange instead of pink. Because that's like kind of stinky. He shot him in the chest? Dude. Bo, you are savage, man. Alright. Oops. Now I'm bumping the camera. Bumping the camera. Let's go and pull him out of here. Oh, that's funny. Look at these wings. These wings look really, really familiar. I think I've seen these wings before. I'm going to find the figure that has them and pull them out here in a minute. Let's get him out of here. Urgh. There we go. Dun da da. Dun da 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 da. Alright. So, yes, I've watched too much Indiana Jones. Anyway, he is purple. And he has regular foot articulation, boot cut, single jointed knee, hip motion, waist cut movement, shoulder movement, single jointed elbow. And it looks like his bracers are removable. They are. You can pull his hands off and take those right off. And he has a movable head. And this is removable too, which makes for some great customization because you make some awesome Horde new characters by using just his armor and pulling all those blue stuff off. Or even use the purple parts for other figures too. So he is great for customizing a brand new Horde figure. That could be fun. And there's his spots on his back for his wing. Ugh. I guess if you use that for another Horde figure, it's kind of a waste because they can't use the same wings. And there they are. Dun 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 dun. Alright. Let me pause this video while I find those two figures I was talking about, and I'll be right back. Okay, with much searching, it kind of threw me for a loop, because at first I thought it was this guy here, the Mask, or Lord Mask, whatever his name is, which is kind of a funny figure. He's not purple. And I was like, no, it's not him. But one cool thing about this guy is I made his mask removable. Look at that. I put a magnet in there and ka-chink. Because in the cartoon, he loses his mask, gets cut in half, and he loses who his identity is and all other kinds of crazy stuff. So his mask not being able to come off was a huge problem, but that's not who it is. And then I found this other purple guy, and this is Lodar. He was basically supposed to be Zodak, but they spelt it wrong, had to change it in the comic. And so there we go. And no Lordar. Was that Lodar? Was that way? No, it was somebody else. Either way, he was a comic figure. Still purple. Really cool, though, but no, that's not who I was thinking of either. And then I remembered it was Batros. Here we go. And here is... what was it? Batros. Batros? I don't know, something like that. And here he is. And this is the guy that I always have a hard time remembering the difference between these two all the time. But it was a little easier because he's supposed to be gray. But now that he's purple, man, now it's going to be really hard to remember who's who in the zoo. Who's who in the zoo. Being he's a zookeeper makes total sense. Anyway, so this is the guy that kept causing me problems in my mind, because this is a He-Man villain that was into books, so I got this little thing of books for him too. Zoop. See, a little bunch of books that I bought. But anyway, I don't know why they made him purple. It just causes more confusion. But now that I've gone on that crazy tangent, let's continue on with the review. Stand, man, stand. Those wings were tossing him off. And I found who else had those figures. I thought it was April. And yes, it's the April Turtles crossover that has that same wing set. Now this is of course my custom of her that I made. But you can see she has that same wings, just a different color. So that is where those wings came from. Which is so weird, the tail's so high. I guess it's supposed to be just a continuation of the wings. But on her, like it was a tail, so I put it down lower. Anyway, that is enough of the comparison to go on. Let's go ahead and continue checking out the inside of the box and what else is included. Now, first of all, one thing I did not cover is this is a resealable box. Batros just took a dive. So that's a cool thing. You can put it back in the box and reseal it. All right, on to this guy. The little robot. Here he is. And like I said, in the cartoon, they have like a multitude of these. You can see his little arms. And the arms would expand out and stretch all kinds of ways to block the opening and everything else. So, in fact, there's one scene where they're taking cards from Cowl, and he ties their arms all up in knots to get them trapped. So, you definitely need more of those. They're army builders. And there we go. Stand, man. There we go. I got him to stand. All right, so that is pretty much that figure in a nutshell. So what I want to know from you guys is worth it or not worth it? I mean, is he worth... well, of course, I got him really cheap. He's got a handle on his back. That's so he can just be hung on to. Whoop. I guess he can drag them around. It's like a bug of beer. A bug of beer. A mug of beer. Cheers. Oh, that's a mighty big mug you got there, sir. Anyway, it's funny. Like I said, the only reason I bought him was for the little robot. It's kind of crazy. But like I said, he's got some cool customization features too. All right, so in the comments, I want to know from you guys, did you get him? Did you not get him? Is he worth it? Not worth it? Do you wish he was not purple and instead gray like he is in the cartoon and like he is also in the original classics line? Or are you cool with him being purple, which looks way too much like our He-Man Batman? Na Batman. Batros. Let me know. And I'll throw that picture up there again on the screen so you guys can see his grayness instead of purple. Now, it is funny. I have seen other things where they use gray and purple interchangeably, which is really odd. Because technically our eyes really can't see purple. It's just the lack of green. So in reality, it probably is gray. But I know, that's just another weird science fact. I got a cool, funny storyline for you. So imagine, we have Catra. Catra. And her mask somehow gets stuck. So she's a cat forever. Well, at least until she can get it unstuck. It is magically sealed to her face, and she is now a cat. And then this guy comes along and he decides to kidnap the cat to put her in his zoo, not knowing it's Catra. I think that'd be a funny, awesome storyline, just for fun, that he ends up catching Catra in her cat form because her mask has been somehow stuck on her face, for whatever reason, whatever magical reason there is. And he traps her. Later on, the spell is reversed. Maybe something Shadow Weaver did to her. That'd be funny. Shadow Weaver gets her mask stuck because she's tired of Catra's ridiculousness. And then afterwards, she sends Vultak out to go kidnap her and put her in the zoo. And he doesn't even know that it's Catra. That would be a fun storyline. Anyway, just a thought that I had. Is why I pulled her out, so I could kind of make fun of that storyline idea. That is some cool box art. And see, they even show a bunch of little robots in the back of this box, too. And it's like, you only gave us one? They should have had a pack available. It came with like 7 or 8 of these little robots you could buy separately with all different arm, instead of just having the exact same arms. Have like some arms extended longer, some shorter. The arms are one piece. It's not articulated at all. There's no articulation whatsoever in this thing. It's just a blob of plastic. Blob o' plastic. It looks like there might be a seam line right down the middle here. I can't tell. This sounds different than this. This feels more rubbery than this too. So I'm guessing it might have a cap on it. I can't tell. But the arms are just a little bit rubbery, so... But you can see the arms are one piece. So maybe the whole entire thing's a little rubbery. Yeah, the whole thing's a little rubbery. Weird. So maybe the cap is really the bottom. Oh yeah, that's probably the seam line right there. I can't tell. I can't break it apart. You know, it looks like... No, it's really hard to tell, but it looks like this might be the seam right here. Right around there. Oh yeah, it is. My fingernail can go underneath there. If I was to get some hot water, you could probably pop this bottom off. Anyway, I digress. Thanks for joining me. Oh, and here's his sister. And like they say in the 1987 movie, good journey. Bye now.
If you found enjoyment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Do it.